Dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Kunal Keshri, Assistant Professor at GB Pant Social Science Institute, Allahabad. Today, we will be covering a part of paper on migration and urbanization, a module on estimation of migration from duration of residence data. Learning objectives of this module are to estimate migration from duration of residence data, check the accuracy of data, and cross classification by place of birth of data. Migration is the third component of demographic change after fertility and mortality, as an individual migrant influences the age and sex composition, employment, fertility, and family size both at the origin and the destination. The importance of migration and its effects on the growth and rise of a population has been well recognized. It may be regarded as an important tool in the growth of a population and labor force of an area. The analysis and measurement of migration finds its use in the preparation of population estimates and projections for a nation and part thereof. Data on age, sex, mother tongue, duration of residence or citizenship, occupation, etc. of the migrants help us to understand the nature and magnitude of the problems of social and cultural assimilation that may result in due to heavy in-migration. There may be psychosocial effects of migration on the migrants and on the population of sending and receiving areas. Due to the supply of skilled and unskilled labor, growth of industry, occupational and employment status of migrants, the business cycle is also affected. Keeping in view the extent of migration, policies and laws regarding migration can be formed. Therefore, we should learn about the different measures of internal migration. Techniques used for measuring or estimating internal migration have been classified into two categories: direct techniques and indirect techniques. The direct techniques are based on the movements of persons. Questions on the following items provide information for the direct estimation of migration movements: the place of birth of the person, the last or previous place of residence of the person, or the duration of stay of a person at the present place of residence. Coming to estimation of migration data from duration of residence data. Data on migration are also available according to the duration of residence. We may also classify migrants according to the duration of residence. Besides, we will learn what more information does the data on the duration of residence give if it is cross-classified according to the place of birth. Another way to estimate migration is by asking questions about the duration of residence. In the census, the question is asked, how long have you been living in this place? This gives us idea about the number of years of stay at the place of enumeration. That means the duration of stay at the particular place. Hence, persons who have been living at the place of enumeration all through their lives, that means since birth, would be treated as non-migrants, and persons who have moved into this place of enumeration for a period less than his age would be treated as migrants. Hence, migrants by duration of residence concept would include all those who had ever migrated, that means those who were born outside the area of enumeration, those who were born in the area of enumeration but have lived for some time out of the area of enumeration, that means returned migrants. Their number must therefore be higher than or may rarely be equal to the lifetime migrants when the place of birth data is considered. The data on the duration of residence provides information on the timings of the last moves of lifetime migrants. From these data, it is possible to get an idea about the lifetime migrants by the timing of their last arrival in the place of enumeration. These different groups of lifetime in migrants formed in the basis of duration of residence at the place of enumeration can be termed as migration cohorts. The term cohort suggests that these migrants have migrated during the same period. Usually for analysis purposes, these migrants are classified as recent or past migrants depending on their duration of stay at the place of residence. From the duration of residence, the period of in-migration can be decided by this table. Now coming to accuracy of data. The respondent may not be aware of the duration of residence of all the members of household. There may therefore be certain number of persons whose duration of residence is not known and may be reported as duration of residence not known. The duration of residence data may suffer from a bias in digit preference. Duration of stay being 4 years or 6 years may be reported as 5 years, or duration of stay 9 years or 11 years may be reported as 10 years. Digit preference has been almost universally manifested in age reporting. The duration of residence data takes care of return migrant and provides the timing of last move. It also provides useful information on the patterns of change with increasing duration to study the trends in past migration. The problem associated with these data is that the migration cohorts arrives at the specified places may be decimated by remigration and deaths. The single question on duration does not provide the information about place of origin, and therefore no distinction is possible between in-migrants and immigrants. However, such type of problems would not arise as subsequent questions on migration take care of such errors. Also, it does not provide data on out-migration. However, the duration of residence categories in the place of enumeration are changed in 1971 census from the 1961 census and being continued to same classification in the census 1981 and 1991 till 2001. This table presents the distribution of lifetime migrants in Maharashtra by the duration of residence in Maharashtra. These data are obtained from the 1991 census. Data are presented for different categories of migrants such as intra-district, inter-district and interstate migrants. Now coming to the distribution of lifetime migrants in Maharashtra by duration of residence according to 1991 census. From the table, it can be seen that compared to interstate migrants born outside Maharashtra, among the intra-district migrants, that means those born in the same district of enumeration but at the different places, there are more recent migrants migrating in the last 5 years period, whereas among the migrants born in states other than Maharashtra, there may be many migrants who migrated earlier, more than 10 years ago. Table presents the data for male lifetime in migrants in Maharashtra by place of birth and duration of residence. These data were collected in the 1991 census. The spatial and temporal origin and the effect of variation of one or another can be studied with the help of this type of tabulation. This table presents the percentage distribution of various cohorts of lifetime in migrants in Maharashtra by the state of birth. The state-wise distribution of male lifetime in migrants to Maharashtra for each migration cohort shows that the cohort of less than 1 year, there is a large proportion of migrants from Karnataka, whereas in the past migrants duration of stay more than 10 years, the highest proportion comes from the Uttar Pradesh. This table presents the percentage distribution of in migrants to Maharashtra born in different states by the duration of stay in Maharashtra. If we group recent migrants as those migrating during 1st March 1986 to the census date and past migrants as those migrating prior to 1st March 1986, then from this table we can make following observations. Among the lifetime male in migrants from Gujarat to Maharashtra, there is a concentration of past migrants, while among those migrating from Assam or Odisha to Maharashtra, there is a concentration of recent migrants. Now coming to cross classification by place of birth. To have more idea about the migration streams, data on migration cohorts can be classified according to the place of birth and duration of residence. A common practice is to include both the questions about first place of birth and second duration of residence in the census questionnaires. So far, we have learned that duration of residence approach to estimate migration can simply be obtained by asking question, for the last how many years are you staying here? Hence, those who have been staying at the place of enumeration since birth are non-migrants and the rest are in-migrants. According to this approach, those who were born here, moved out and returned prior to enumeration are also treated as non-migrants. Since these data do not provide any information about the place of origin of the migrants, hence out-migration and net migration cannot be estimated. Questions: who are the migrants according to duration of residence concept? What is the special feature of migration data when it is analyzed according to duration of residence? Thank you, students.